If you've not seen Kill List, I want to warn you, it's brutal. I thought it was a pretty jarring, crazy movie. It's revelatory in terms of like a satanic elite. Illuminate, confirm, but it does have a point about how the world really works when it comes to espionage, hitmen, the dark side of black markets and controlling, you know, the world and whatnot. It is literally pretty much a ritual initiation movie. Literally, the same brutal guy is the same mind control assassin, the BBC version of Utopia, which predicted everybody's Kufid nightmare. And I think we're supposed to think that he is kind of a mind control assassin here.
If not, then he's on his way to being.
Well, the purpose of this whole film is his mind control initiation.
Yes. Other themes in this movie is the predator prey with the cat and the rabbit, and he eats the rabbit. So he's like an apex predator. Right.
He's an apex predator, the main hitman there. And we think then that's why he's kind of been picked for the cult. We don't learn this until the end of the film. So spoiler alert is that he is the person who's being brought in. The whole thing is his initiation, and it's a murder, sacrifice, ritual initiation, kind of like what the mafia would do, where you have to make your bones, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here it's kind of like, if you want to join the real Illuminati, you have to be the most dangerous predator. And he ends up killing a lot of people, right? Because it's not just the kill list of the 3 people. It's you kill everybody that we want you to kill, including dozens of people at the ritual. And then if you make the final sacrifice, then you can join.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't even know until the very end that he's doing this. But there's these hints all along the way that that's what's going on. It's a British UK horror film, so it's going to have references to Wicker Man. He will be kind of like the protagonist in Wicker Man, the kind of goofy Christian cop who is led down the primrose path to his demise. In Kill List, he's not led to his demise. He's actually led to his elevated apotheosis status of being brought into the Illuminate Confirm. His wife is a former Swedish soldier who apparently had some role in Black Ops as well. So he's a soldier. He's clearly got some kind of, you know, PTSD issues. And she seems to know a little bit about what he does, that he's a hitman, but maybe not all the details of his life. There is a religious, biblical, occult, and blood theme throughout this movie, which comes up quite a bit. So she doesn't want and won't allow any prayer or references to God in her house, because we find out that they're probably being committed to another master.
Mm-hmm.
There's these goofy evangelicals that are singing praise and worship songs. He takes the guitar away. He's like, "No more of this, mate. You got to be shutting up now. Got to take no more of this." And he throws the guitar down. He can't stand, right, to hear about God, to hear about Jesus, to hear any of these things. So in that sense, this is a accurate portrayal of kind of like what really goes on. So his hitman buddy, who's trying to get him into this last job, which will pay really well, and of course the family is having money issues. The husband and the wife, the main characters there, they're debating about how to pay these bills, and he hasn't done any work in a while, which means being a hitman. And so his buddy comes and says, "Let's do this last job. You're going to get paid a lot. It's only 3 hits, and then you're good. You're set." So his hitman buddy, he says to the son, "By the way, don't drink the government water because they're sterilizing you and shrinking your nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You put things in the water to shrink your balls, mate." So as a hitman, who we find out later on, they're all working for the Illuminate Confirm, he seems to have an inside window into the fact that they're poisoning the water, which is wild.
They give you this esoteric symbol that you're supposed to be following.
Yeah, I think the symbol is just the sight of a gun, because they're hitmen.
So like crosshairs.
And crosshairs, and then they've added, it's also a Gnostic cross, because the circle crosshairs is the Gnostic cross. And then they've added the triangle to kind of be a pyramidal, all-seeing eye imagery as well.
Okay.
Of course, we find out right away that the other hitman's girlfriend, his new girlfriend, is part of the Illuminate Confirm. In this film, it's a human sacrifice death cult that is involved in some sort of witchcraft. and they have a high view of blood and blood sacrifice. When the hitman just agrees to do this final job, he signs a deal in his blood when his hand is cut with one of these elites in a fancy hotel.
And he's got an infection in his own blood.
I think this signifies, that his blood is tainted and he's infected, right, by the evil, by the sin that he's involved in. And he's made this essentially a pact with the devil.
British Joe Biden is in the Illuminati.
There is a character who literally looks like Brit Joe Biden, and he's like one of the syndicate men in the the smoky room when he meets all the Illuminate confirmed guys. As you can see, the hitmen are being given money to do these jobs. But what's weird is that every time he kills somebody in these 3 hits, the people that are being killed thank him. Thank you for making me worthy to be killed by you, sir. I can't wait to be killed. Please torture me some more and please kill me some more. Could you kill me some more?
He has to kill a priest. And
the priest says, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. And he kills a creeper who's involved in SNUFF movies.
Yeah.
So the Illuminate Confirm are running that. And we know that pretty much everybody's in on it, and almost everyone dies except for his wife and his son. It is a death cult where you are signed over to the Illuminate Confirm. To die for the Illuminate Confirm in a witch cult sense is an honor. And so they see it almost like a martyrdom. It's like a demonic version of martyrdom that they're happy to die for this guy because he is apparently something special to the Illuminate Confirm.
Well, the final hit finds him at a member parliament house.
He's invited to this giant like Rothschild estate. There's a big nighttime esoteric ritual going on. And we think he's just there to kill an MP, right, as an assassin. But that's not really what he's there for. He's there to assassinate everyone there, for the most part, including 2 last victims, as I said, who turn out to be, spoiler alert, his own wife and son. So human sacrifice, the sacrifice of the son, it's like an inversion of Christianity where it's like the ultimate action to join this cult is to do this.
Well, now he has nothing left to lose, and he belongs to them.
Exactly. What we never really know is to what degree is the wife in on it. And of course, at the very end, we know that she was in on it all along because she looks up at him and giggles when he has unknowingly killed her and the son.
This movie is one of those where lots of people are in on it that you don't think are connected.
It has that eyes wide shut element to it where most of the people that the hitman is coming in contact with from the beginning of the film on are part of the cult. And throughout the movie, we're kind of trying to figure out, okay, is this girl in the cult or is she not? You see there the woman waving, that was the girlfriend of the other hitman who was helping to arrange all of this. So people keep popping up, and these should be signs to let him know what's going on. Just like in Eyes Wide Shut, right? Bill Harford continually has signs that should be telling him what's going on, right? He doesn't pay attention to them, he ignores them.
What I like about this movie isn't, it's not overtly occultic throughout. There's a couple things that are like, well, that was weird, but you just think that it's a regular hitman movie with regular hitman problems until the end of the 3rd act where it just goes totally, what have I been watching this whole time? It was a roller coaster ride.
I think that it is telling us how some of the groups in the world really work.
Yeah,